my grandpa always taught me many hands make light work. So if we get more people involved and everyone's doing a little bit, we will all rise up together, right?
Nice.
And everyone's going to feel good about that. And so that changed the energy of the team. It brought joy to not only me, but to people in the business, people that have been building with me for a long time, and really teaching them those tools and skills to be able to do it, and really having that belief in them changed everything.
doTERRA fam, I love talking to Kara on this week's episode of Empowered Success. She was a great guest, and I loved her approach to building a business with doTERRA. Pay close attention to today's episode because Kara is dropping game. She talks about building a team and shares her biggest mistake when she started building. And she shares why team culture is essential. And as a leader, you need to create opportunities where everyone wins and it's empowering. Finally, Kara tells a story about how someone came to her class and started talking about... I'll just let her tell the story. I know you're going to have this episode on repeat. Let's go. We're super excited to have Kara Kading here with us at the podcast. You've been building for 7 years now.
Yes.
And when you started as a customer, what was it that shifted that mindset for you to say, okay,
This
I'm
could be
doing
a
this.
thing. Yeah. I couldn't stop talking about it. And I was just, I wish Refer a Friend was happening back then, because I was just talking about it all the time, sharing my wins. And I remember that it was actually my cousin-in-law who wanted to sign up. And so I went to the girl who enrolled me and I said, hey, Elsa wants to enroll. Like, can you sign her up? And she said, well, no, you can sign her up. And I was like, what? Like, what is that? I don't know what that means. And that was like and we didn't even know what we were doing. And I'm like, I think you need like the Healthy Start Kit. And it was just, we were just limping along trying to figure it out. But like that first encounter of actually helping somebody get started with incorporating natural tools into their home was so exhilarating for me. And it's just amazing to look back at that now, because Elsa is on our team. I mean, we build together, we teach classes together on a monthly basis. And, that was 7.5 years ago. It's just incredible.
Wow. And time flies, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. And it just, like I said, we just had so much fun with it, because we're talking about products that we love, that we're using on a regular basis, and part of our daily routine. And people were just coming to us of, I have this, I have that. What can I do for this? Can you help me with that? I want to do something natural, something to work with my body. And it was so much fun to be able to share just the great ideas, right? Be able to look up. We always have a reference book with us. Even now, I'm like, you just want to make sure that I'm giving you the right advice. So I always love to look up in a reference book and give the right recommendations of whatever their pain point is, whatever they're struggling with.
Right.
And being able to do that, I never get tired of that, even, 7 years later.
You keep using the word fun.
It is. doTERRA is fun. It is. I mean, it's something that I think is incredible because it's for all ages. So everyone that we're talking about that have like families and the kids love to use it. We were just talking about the Serenity Stick and how much kids are just like, can I use this? I love the way I feel when I use this. And so to see those empowering moments in children, plus all the way like my parents, they're in their mid-70s and they just got started on lifelong vitality. And people are asking them, like, what are you doing? They're like, you look so good.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, lifelong vitality. And people come to me and they're like, I want what your mom's taking right now. Like, it's so much fun to be able to help everybody, all ages.
It really is. And I heard a quote just hearing you kind of talk about how it's fun is, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like work, right?
Yeah.
It's a passion, and it's something that's just exhilarating and exciting. And a lot of times when Elsa and I, when we finish teaching a class, it may be 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and we'll get on the phone afterwards. We're like, I'm so excited. I have so much energy. I can't fall asleep. I can't sit down. I feel so good. Especially in-person classes, I think, is where you really feel the energy, because people get to experience products, right? And so that is just, it's energizing.
Yeah. Okay. So it is super fun, and we love that. Here's my first question for you.
Okay.
The business side.
Yeah.
Is it hard?
Well, my grandma always taught me, she said, Kara, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? So I don't want to say that it's hard, but it's not. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it is something. I mean, you are building, right? It is a business. And so this is something that you do have to work at. And I think that one of the most important things when I talk with people, especially when they're first thinking about getting started, is the fact that you have to be consistent. And really, don't do anything fancy. People are always asking me, okay, what is your secret sauce? What do you do? And I said, I don't do anything fancy. I really focus on pipes, right? And really getting comfortable with being able to focus on your presentation and being able to help people get started. And it's so important to support them afterwards, right? I mean, you are their advocate. So that means that you're looking out for them, you're checking in on them, and continuing to educate them throughout their whole wellness journey. So really focusing on that, if you stay consistent with that, you will have great success with doTERRA.
Yeah.
doTERRA has made it so easy, and it's just one of my favorite things to talk about, especially about the business opportunity, because of the fact that all the barriers are down, right? There's no enrollment fee. So that means any conversation that you have with anybody about any products, you can say, hey, here's my link, get started. You can pick a Deep Blue stick and a Serenity stick and you're in, right? No enrollment fee. You get that 25% off of the wholesale. I think that is amazing. Being able to share, refer a friend with people, and being able to just really create that ripple effect with your customers and helping them to understand the great benefits of that, where you're helping so many more people that you've never even met before, and now you can fold them into your community. So something like that has made it a lot of fun and super easy to do.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're getting to educate people on products, again, that we're already using in our homes. So, for a business, yes, we're placing that 100 PV order each month, but I'm going to be doing that anyway, hands down. I mean, I'm ordering the Lifelong Vitality, the MetaPower, the new PB Restore. All of these things are part of my monthly order anyway for my health and wellness. And now I'm getting paid for it because I'm helping other people get started and be supported. And so that makes it super easy. I love the fact that...
Can I ask you a question about that? Sorry to cut you off. But LRP, right?
LRP, yeah.
That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to have a healthy, solid foundation of people on LRP. And so nowadays in this economic climate, 2024, where, the dollar is it's pretty...
People are watching.
They're watching.
Yes.
Right?
Well,
how do you...
that's the great thing about LRP, because, and I talk about this every live video I do, every educational thing, every class I do, I share the benefits of LRP, because this is really how people are going to get the biggest bang for their buck with their doTERRA account. So yes, getting that 25% off of the retail, that's awesome, right? Getting shipped right to your door. But now when you really take a look at it, I always show people, look at my order. I love to do a little demo of me ordering, because I'm placing my order. Here I'm earning all these points. I get to cash in these points for a free product. I built up my points. Actually, I just did this, and I can tell you it felt like a double Christmas at my house. And I cashed in 500 points for free product.
Let's go.
Even the kids stood around and wanted to unbox it, because it was like, oh my gosh, Mom, you got all this for free. And it was all the things that we use in our homes. So I always tell people, when you're doing your LRP, focus on your supplements, right? Place your order with the Lifelong Vitality and the MetaPower, the collagen for sure. That has to be on your order. And then let those points build up and accumulate and cash those in for free oils. Who doesn't love free oils, right? And so this way you can get free product. You can get the free product of the month, which is really awesome because it's always something different. And you're getting free shipping. So you're getting all these amazing benefits with LRP, which is, again, these products that you'd be going out somewhere else and ordering anyway. So we're not increasing your budget in what you're purchasing. We're just shifting our spending, and we're just shifting it to doTERRA. And the more you're loyal to doTERRA, right, the bigger rewards that you're going to get 30% back after 13 months. I mean, it's crazy. When I cashed in, like I said, these 2 boxes of free product came to the door. I mean, we got the laundry pods, skincare. I got the Yarrow Palm capsules, which I just love those. And so all these fun things that we use on a regular basis, now I got them for free.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. So you got to talk LRP, because I know why. Here's a big reason why. Okay. when I first got started with doTERRA, I placed my first order, and let's see, I used those, started, thank God I opened the box right away. I started using the oils, but I didn't place another order for about 4 months later. And I didn't know the difference. I just looked it up, and the person that, they didn't, maybe they did or maybe they didn't, I don't know. But when I first logged back into doTERRA, I didn't know the difference between a one-time order or a loyalty order. I didn't know what that meant. So here for like months, I was placing one-time orders. And so when I realized what a loyalty order was, I was mad, right? I was like, why didn't anyone tell me? And I was placing, good orders because I was loving the product. So now looking back, I think people have to think of that mindset of like, how would you feel if you were ordering and no one had told you about LRP and the benefits of loyalty rewards? And always share that with your customers, because what's the worst that could happen? They could say no. That's fine, but at least you have let them know that this is an amazing opportunity and the best way to get the biggest bang for your buck.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you mentioned you take the time to walk them through.
Yes.
Like you're showing them.
For them to visually see it, and I show them exactly like, here's how you log in. Here's where your little, person circle is. And then here's how to set it up. Here's how to change the date. Here's how to make adjustments. Here's how to delete things, add things. It's a wellness box, right? So people think, well, I don't want to get the same thing every month. You don't have to. You can completely change it. And what makes it so easy is that doTERRA offers everything for the home, right?
Yeah.
Everything for our health and wellness. We're not selling just one product. We have everything that you need. So it's super easy. Gosh, that order can rack up pretty easily because when you think about like your toothpaste and your hair care, skin care, cleaning products, the foaming hand wash, laundry pods, all that stuff. It adds up. It's pretty easy to do.
Which is a good thing.
It's a good thing. I feel so thankful.
Right.
Because like I said, I can order everything, one-stop shop, gets delivered right to my door. I get free shipping, and I get all these points that I cash in for free stuff.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. I know. I love it.
Okay, so here's a question for you. And this stemmed from just hearing you talk, because I see the energy and the passion in doTERRA, and it really is cool. This is a beautiful movement.
I love it.
Right? And so has there ever been a time that maybe you came across a pretty strong objection, strong in terms of like, ooh, that's a good one. And how did you overcome that? Like what did you do? What did you learn? What did you say? Or what didn't you say that helped you move past that obstacle?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because sometimes those can deflate you pretty fast, right? And especially when you're new and getting started and you're trying to build a business, and people will, and sometimes they'll just make snarky remarks, or they'll say, "Why is doTERRA so expensive? I can just get my oils elsewhere."
That's a big one.
And it's, or I'll just get it online, or I can order it through Amazon, right? And so that can be deflating. And but then I really looked and I really thought about it. I'm like, gosh, well, there's a million reasons why you wouldn't want to do that. For one, let's just say you just ordered it randomly from somewhere else, or you were picking a different oil, not doTERRA. You're sacrificing all of the purity and the potency of the product. So someone was at a class, and she said at the end, gosh, I use that peppermint and I put it on my knee and I didn't feel anything. And I just kept putting it on, and these don't even work. This doesn't work for me. And
she said that in a class.
Yeah. And I said,
other people.
Oh yeah. And this was, kind of in the beginning, and you feel that heat rise up, and you're like, oh, why would
that's when you really need peppermint.
Why would the peppermint not work? Yeah. I need to cool down. And so I said, you know what? I guess I feel pretty confident in all of our products, including our peppermint. And I said, why don't you come up here? And if you're comfortable. And I said, tell me about this peppermint. Where did you get it? Well, she got it at a discount store in one of those big bins, okay? So the peppermint that she was trying to use as an essential oil, of course it's not going to work because it's been diluted down. It's garbage. It's, I don't know, what, $4 or $5?
Yeah.
And so I said, Judy, let me take this doTERRA peppermint. Okay, let's try this instead, and let me know if you notice a difference. And so I just put some on my hand. She yanked up her jeans. I massaged her knee, and within 10 seconds, she's like, this is totally different. right? I can feel it. And I can feel, this cooling sensation. And she started just going through and describing it. And something that I thought was going to be a complete disaster in a class turned out to be one of my best testimonials. Yeah. And so I feel like sometimes there will be things that will throw you off, or people will say that, like I said, they can just order through a friend or order online or something like that. But I always remind them, when they are, enrolling with me or getting started with our team, they are folded into this wonderful community of support and education. And you don't get that when you make a purchase randomly online of someone that you don't know, right? And so we have these weekly educational classes. We've created this wonderful community on Facebook. It's just been something that people, we do different events, like once a month. I just do like just a gathering where we just get to make and take stuff and just talk and share ideas and learn from each other. We've created this community of support. And so people need that right now. People look forward to that. And so this is something that is completely unmatched when they're just making a random purchase online. So I always stress to them, like, when you are ordering and when you get started with doTERRA, you're getting an amazing community of education and support at the same time. So there's no oiler left behind. We got to make sure know how to use your products.
And in the business, and I think this was really cool. Thank you for sharing that, because it is fun. It's super fulfilling, right, to be able to change someone's life, but it's not perfect. And we talked about it can be, very challenging. What would you say right now in 2024? What are the top objections you either receive directly or that you've heard from maybe
from
team
customers
members?
or builders or, sometimes like. Right now, I have a great team, and that was one thing that I really learned about doTERRA was how important it is to have a team, and everybody plays their part in their different role. And I think it's really important to not try to be continuing to look for this like unicorn, this, amazing team leader that's going to be enrolling a ton of people and having all these classes. Really look in your team of who are people that are excited about the product, who are people that are showing up to calls and that want to help, right? And being able to learn how to empower them in like one thing that has helped our team a ton is the Reclaim Your Health events, because it requires a lot of volunteers, right? And so people on my team who maybe didn't feel like they were a part of it, or that they could teach a class, or that they even, had all these barriers against being able to enroll people. And they're like, no one's really interested. I can't get anyone started. And so I said, everybody's going to help out of this Reclaim Your Health event, and everybody's going to get an enrollment. And so they did. They showed up. They were all a part of it. People who thought, who had never taught a class before, here they are, being a part of it, being a part of the teaching aspect of it, because they were able to get out of their head. They didn't think they were doing this presentation. They were just talking about something that they love, whether it's Deep Blue. That exercise band is so fun to demonstrate and talk about, or sleep or something like that. So getting them to really hone in on a niche like that, and getting them to share, that has really helped to grow my team, because afterwards then they were so much more comfortable in the conversation of, oh, well, if you really liked this is how you can get started. We don't have to do that cookie cutter of, this is the kit you need. You have to get the starter kit. No, we can completely customize it for exactly what you need. So if you really enjoyed that Deep Blue and the sleep, you want to try the MetaPower, we can completely customize it to your specific needs. And so having these big events like this with the actual demonstrations and things like that has really allowed them to feel much more comfortable in that engagement, in that conversation. And they all enrolled. Like every single person that was there on my team had an enrollment that day.
Love that.
So they can so getting them out of that mindset of, and that barrier of thinking nobody wants to enroll. It's just the change in your conversation and just listening to people,
right,
and finding out what they need.
Right.
One of the best ways to be successful with doTERRA is to listen, is to get over yourself.
Preach.
And not think about how you sound, what you're going to say, if you say something wrong, if you don't, fill out the enrollment form right. It's not about you, right? It's about these people, and it's about helping them to feel better. And if you have that on your heart going into a class, it's going to be a win-win for everybody.
Dang, you are preaching right now. Seriously, because the things that, as you were speaking, those were the main two things that stood out to me. Was first understanding the need,
Yeah.
and actually taking the time to genuinely be concerned about that person and that
Yes.
specific need. Right, that's number one, and then number two was. Shoot.
Where did it go?
Where'd it go? It was there
Listening
somewhere.
to their, like you said, listening and getting over yourself. Don't make it about you.
Right.
Listen to them, and it will. And one thing that has made a big difference is just in the morning. I wake up and I have this conversation with God, and I just ask Him. I'm like, who needs doTERRA? Who can I help today? Who is looking for natural solutions? And I feel that. Having that conversation and relying on Him and knowing that He is going to guide me and really trusting that journey, just these crazy connections have happened to people that I've encountered and met, and just having that openness and having that faith has made a huge difference.
Love that. Okay, it just came back. It was about the team.
Oh, the
about
team.
How you
Team
created,
is so much more
number
fun.
one was just understanding the person's need, like really being there to understand what is it that you need. Not it's not about me, it's about you. They feel that, right? The second thing was how you created this team atmosphere and created a win-win, right?
Yes, win-win.
Win-win
I know.
for everybody.
And everybody had so much fun, and it really helped them to get over that barrier. And I think that, like I said, when you're looking at your team or trying to help develop leaders, don't be afraid to encourage them or challenge them to take on a role, some part of your team, maybe something small to help them to get out of their comfort zone. For me, in our Facebook group page, instead of me posting every single day, whatever it is, I said, I asked a couple of them, like, hey, would you pick a day a week that you would contribute? Okay, Elsa's got Monday, Amber's got Tuesday, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so that has relieved a lot of pressure off of me, but it also makes our Facebook page so much more fun because there's different people chiming in with what they're, I said, let it be anything. Don't take a stock photo. Show us what you're using and what you're doing because we want to learn from each other.
Yeah.
And what that has done is created this amazing ripple effect where other people in the group are like, oh, well, Joan is posting and Amber's posting and Faye is posting and they're just customers and like, well, I guess I'm going to post, right? So now we have this amazing energy of everybody posting, and feeling comfortable instead of me just saying, here's my tip of the week or here's what you use for sleep. It's so much, again, more fun now because everybody's involved.
And that's a big piece of advice I would say, right? For anybody building the business is make sure that you're creating the not necessarily the balance, but like the safety of not having to shoulder the entire business on your own. Right? You're
That was
putting
a
in these
big
little
mistake I made.
opportunities.
Yeah. I made a big mistake. That was a big mistake
talk
of
about
mine. So when I first got started, I made the mistake of, I don't know why. Looking back, I'm like, why would I do this? But I had put people in place and I said, don't worry, you don't have to do anything. Just do your 100 PV LRP and I will enroll people. I will build this for you. Why I don't know. Why would I take away that joy from them? I don't know. But I thought I had to carry all of this and help them to get paychecks or to get paid, but by me carrying the weight of it. And that got heavy.
Why did you feel that way?
I don't know, Saimoni. I was like, I guess I didn't want to burden anybody. I thought, okay, maybe this business, this is hard. And I don't want anyone to feel struggling. I don't want them to feel overwhelmed. I don't want them to have pressure. I don't want them to feel like they've disappointed me. So I'll take care of it for them.
Yeah.
Right. And that didn't help anybody because nobody feels good about getting a paycheck for doing nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm carrying this weight of trying to balance all of this. It was hard for me. And so I learned how to, I think it was actually one of the biggest turning points was when we're talking about founders, I had 938 points and I was tired. I was like, I can't do it. I don't think I can do it. I was that close. And I was like, I'm kind of burned out. I don't think I can do it. And I realized I need a team. I really need to start talking about the business. I need to start talking to, again, focusing and looking at the people on my team that were lovers of the product. And again, not expecting someone to be this unicorn coming in and this powerhouse on our team, but somebody who can help to lift that weight. And so my grandpa always taught me, many hands make light work. So if we get more people involved and everyone's doing a little bit, we will all rise up together, right?
Nice.
And everyone's going to feel good about that. And so that changed the energy of the team. It brought joy to not only me, but to people in the business, people that have been building with me for a long time, and really teaching them those tools and skills to be able to do it, and really having that belief in them changed everything.
Yeah.
And then I had 1,000 points, and we all celebrated together, and now they're doing their amazing wins.
Good.
And continuing and developing and advancing. And that's so important.
I love that advice.
Yeah.
And so for anybody watching out there, really think that, internalize that, because that is big. You're looking at somebody who's been super successful. They're a founder 2.0 for doTERRA. And don't let me put words in your mouth, but if you could start over, I believe you would very much make an effort to build a team.
Yes. It's, again, I know we keep talking about fun, but oh my gosh, it is. It is so much more fun when you have a team and you're doing classes together and you're sharing ideas together and you're growing together, right? Because everybody has different talents and things that they can bring to the table. And that's what I love about the business of doTERRA, is that there's no specific one type of person that can do this. And like for me, I didn't even know if I could do it. I have a full-time job, a family business. I was like, I don't know if I have even time for this. But it became such a passion. I couldn't turn it down. I couldn't put it on hold.
Love that.
And so now talking with other people on my team, like one she's does weaving, and so she is at a lot of vendor booths. So she gets her diffuser going, right, and she starts talking about essential oils. Everyone who buys a garment from her gets a little sample of an essential oil.
Nice.
I have another one who she has a cafe, and so she's got the same thing going, or she'll incorporate the essential oils into her soups, which is incredible. Right? I have someone else who loves sailing, and so here at her sailing club, she's talking about different essential oils, and she even taught a class on essential oils for sailing. So everyone's got different things and ways that they can incorporate it into
Does she use balance with sailing?
Yeah, lots of deep blue, let me tell you that.
Nice.
So yeah, but I mean, it's amazing to see how it can, and especially now, like I said, with no enrollment fee and being able to you're just talking about products that you use, how you can really grow a business. It can be as little or as big as you want it to be.
Okay.
You know?
Kara, we'll probably start wrapping this up. But another question I have for you is, you've been super successful. You are successful. What are you doing now in 2024 in this economic landscape to enroll people?
Well, it's a combination. It's a little bit of everything. Like I said, the consistency is key. But then also I find that what is really helpful is to, I'm not a big social media, like people don't, follow me on Instagram and just start making random purchases of doTERRA.
Yeah.
But they do follow my stories. And so people that I know will look at my story, and I'm always showing how I live my life, right? And how I incorporate doTERRA. So whether I'm making a smoothie, or I talk about the deep blue stick a lot, right? Or MetaPower, or what I'm doing at night for sleep, or how much I love our Superman toothpaste, right? I'm showing them my daily routine. And when they see that, and they see me, and they see the energy and the changes in me that they've seen, develop over time, they're like, I want what she's having, right? Like, what are you doing? Help me get started. And so I feel like it's really important to continue to show up and let people know what your routine is. How are you incorporating doTERRA? What are you using? Don't use just random stock photos and just, post a diffuser recipe. Be real, right? Because that's what people are looking for. They're looking for those real connections. People are struggling right now. They are really looking for natural solutions for their health and wellness in so many aspects. And doTERRA fits the bill for all of those, right? We can tackle any struggle that someone has. And so being able to be open to those conversations and not being able to be afraid to share, because they're going to have an improved, like a better quality of life. So why would you not want to share with them, right? So I think that that's really important. And then just coming up with fun and creative ideas, like I said, creating that community. For me now, every month, we're going to be doing something at my house where anybody can come. I don't care. If you are a brand new customer, or you're an existing customer, you haven't ordered in, just over a year, just a variety of people come, join together, have those conversations. Let's make a rollerball together, keep it fun, keep it simple. But people really enjoy that community,
Love
right?
that.
Yeah. So and like I said, keep it fun.
Yeah,
Keep it fun.
you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. Okay, I want to have some fun. I'm joining the business tomorrow.
Oh.
What do I have to do? Step one, day one, to set the path towards a successful journey. What would be your number one advice to me as I start tomorrow?
Okay, you're starting tomorrow. I would say, the biggest things is to make sure that you're using the product. It's really hard, and sometimes people say, well, why do I have to do that 100 PV LRP to earn commissions? And it's like, you know what? If you're not doing that, I'm concerned for you, because how can you not? You get on the website, like I said, you're ordering, and if you're not using the product, it's going to be really hard to help other people get started with products, because how are you you're not even going to be familiar with them, right? And so get familiar, get comfortable. Don't feel like you have to memorize. I still don't even know all the essential oils that are in Deep Blue. I don't have to, right? I can just read the bottle. And I think sometimes people tend to overcomplicate it, where they're like, I have to memorize this and I have to know this and I have to, no, you don't, right? Just be genuine. Have that conversation with people, be passionate about what you're talking about. And maybe you don't have to talk about the whole broad spectrum of doTERRA, but maybe you get comfortable talking about, like, maybe you're an athlete, right? And so
I like to think so
you look like you're in great shape. You do a lot of walking, right?
Yes.
And so maybe you're talking about those tools that you love to use, because your passion, your excitement will radiate that energy. They're going to feel, and they're like, okay, well, tell me what you do, right?
Yeah.
Got to get that Deep Blue stick, right? And then start to layer in some other things. But having that passion, getting comfortable with the products that you're using is key.
Okay.
And don't do it alone, right? Don't be afraid to talk about the business. That was another thing. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I could teach a killer class, and at the end, I'd be like, and there's a business opportunity if you want to talk to me afterwards. And I was like, whoa, and I would drive home in the car. I was like, oh, why did I do that? Why would I why would I not offer this opportunity? Because I'm thankful for
now,
Yes.
Kara,
yes.
Everybody's looking for an extra side hustle.
Yes. And I'm so thankful for doTERRA. I mean, this is how this pays 100% for my children's education. And I'm so thankful for that. When payments come in the mail, I no longer hide from the mailbox. I can open them. I can pay my bills. I don't cringe at the energy bill, like just things that were such a struggle before. doTERRA has relieved that pressure, and I'm so thankful for that. And I think sometimes we have to remember kind of where we were and where we are now, and what doTERRA has blessed our lives. So don't ever hide it.
Count your blessings.
Yes, share it. Tell people how you have grown and how it can benefit them. And like you said, people are always looking for that additional income. And it doesn't have to be, even just getting your product paid for, that's huge.
That's huge.
Yeah. I mean, where else can you do that, right? And I find that it's so easy to do, because, again, we don't have that enrollment fee. You can talk about the products you love. They can get started absolutely any way that they want. I mean, I had someone, sorry, I have to laugh about this. I had someone enroll with the lip balm. That was it. That was all they were. I'm like, really? Okay. All right. You know what? You loving it? Like, that's
it's
what they
cold
wanted.
up there. They need the lip balm, right?
And I'm not going to say no, start small. That's fine, because I got, you're going to get folded into our community. Now, one of my best customers. So, don't discredit it. Let people be genuine and authentic in what they're purchasing, because they have to feel like it's their purchase. Yeah. Nobody wants to feel pressured, or that they have to spend a certain amount or whatever it is. Listen to what their needs are. Let them get started with that. And I promise you it will grow from there, because doTERRA is that good.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to go.
Let's go.
Day one, let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap this up, Kara, but I do have a rapid fire type of round.
I'm nervous about this rapid fire.
This is a fun one. And so Just the first thing that comes to mind.
Oh, boy.
But I have about 4 different
I'm
questions.
an overthinker, so when you say first thing that comes to mind, I'm like,
Okay, well, let's test you out here. If you could describe doTERRA in 3 words, what would it be?
Fun, right? We talked a lot about fun. Community and purity.
Nice. First oil you use every day?
Balance.
Nice. If you could create your own blend, what would you call it?
dōTERRA.
doTERRA, of course.
Yes, I'm still talking about that.
Let's go. Worst advice taken?
Worst advice taken. Oh, man. Like for me? Like what was the worst advice that I took?
Yep.
Is it can it be a story or no? It's got to be one word.
It's got to be quick if it is a story.
Well, real quick. I was in a triathlon and I was really nervous about the bike ride. And my friend told me to stay in the hardest gear the whole time.
Definitely not a friend.
That was the worst advice because my legs, I couldn't walk for about a week.
That is no longer your friend. Best advice given to you?
Be kind. Someone said, you know what? Be kind. And I tell my kids that every day. I said, I mean, obviously I care about their grades and how they're doing and those kinds of things. But I said the most important thing to me is that you're kind. Just be kind to everybody.
That's cool. The world needs that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kara, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate everything and your time here today.
Well, thank you. This was a ton of fun. I love talking about doTERRA.
We can feel it. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Also, check out past episodes by searching Empowered Success on Apple, YouTube, or Spotify. Don't forget to share an episode with someone who needs it. If you want more tools to make it easier to build your business, go to the Empowered Success webpage on doTERRA.com. And as a reminder, results are not typical. Average earnings are less. See doTERRA Opportunity and Earning Disclosure Summary on doTERRA.com.